Hello, everybody. We are back. So hello to everybody that was here in the morning sessions. If you guys don't mind, please jump out of live chat. Go click that like button. Let people know that we are back live. Okay, so a couple things that were said after we broke for lunch. Agent Cahill was still on the stand. He will be back on the stand when we start again. He was explaining that you can't just put any DNA into CODIS. The judge is reminding the defense that the state have the entire question out before they start to object to anything. So, I guess it's the state that is now cross-examining Agent Cahill. The judge asked the defense how much time they're going to need, and the defense said that this is their only witness. So the only thing that's going to be happening now when they come back is the prosecution is going to be finishing their cross-examination of Agent Cahill. Don't mind me, I got to take myself a Tylenol here. I've got a headache coming on. They're going to do their cross on Cahill, and then the defense will have a redirect if there's anything there. And then that's going to be wrapping it up, you guys. So the judge is going to go over the evidence. Hopefully he makes a decision whether this is going to be put over for trial, which I believe it's going to be. I can't see why it wouldn't be. There will be an arraignment date and a trial date probably set also. And then I will be on the watch for this release of the affidavit. Yeah, it seems like they only got the one witness, so. And it was all over this glove box. So yes, thanks for joining us. Thank you for my mods being here. My sister will be also in very shortly. I'm not sure if it's the same judge that signed the arrest affidavit or warrant. Okay, so Dana says AK probably knows how far in the back of the house the creek is from the area he backed up to. So what exactly are you asking? What area are you asking about? Let me see if I can find Joe comment here. Hey, everybody coming back. Thank you for being here. We're going to be starting in about 10 minutes. Court will be back in session. Okay, that's why there's no blood around the house. He's a hunter and knows how to clean game. Dismembered her and washed the blood off in the creek. Yeah, the creek that runs behind the Morphew house is not very far at all. He's not going to get bail, Pop Rocks. The creek that runs behind their house is not far from the house at all. Maybe, see, we don't deal with, well, feet, I don't know. Maybe the length of a swimming pool, like when you go to a pool, like at a school or something, the length of a pool, maybe a little bit more. It's not that far from the back of the house. Craig Dibble says, in your honest opinion, do you believe they provided enough evidence to be able to proceed? Absolutely. It's like Bear number 0012159 best get comfortable in his new digs and his new surroundings because he's going to be there for a very long time. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, Mama Bear. I do believe that creek was used because I did get that creek and something about that creek. I was getting more of the feeling that she could have been buried underneath that creek, but now with the new read coming out, I do believe that maybe evidence could have been washed away in that creek, but that creek was used. They used ground penetrating sonar. They used dogs. They dug up around his property. Absolutely. I believe that there's enough evidence. I think they had enough evidence after day 2. For the amount of evidence that they've got to show a judge to bound him over for trial, I think there was enough shown in the first 2 days. Cat H, when he backed up, when they were talking about him backing up out of that garage 90 feet, the garage is on the other side of the house. The garage is not on the creek side. Unless he backed up and went around the end, because the garage is at the end of the house. Excuse me. Is at the end of the house. So unless he backed up and went down the grassy or whatever area they call that there. I don't think there's grass, but yeah, he's going to be in airplane mode the rest of his life. Like, I don't think it's going to be relocated. If you've seen, I've seen pictures of the people who were standing outside waiting to get in the courthouse. For a case that has drawn so much attention like this, there really wasn't a lot of people, which shows which would show the judge that the interest in the case isn't there, that they would have to move it out of that area. Now I could see it if people were lined up out the door, like down the sidewalk around the corner, and there was like hundreds of people there waiting to get in. I could see them saying, look at this is what it's drawn this much attention, but it hasn't. There's been like, I would say under 15 people waiting to get into the courtroom. I think there's like 28 spots, and there was less than that waiting to get in. Thank you, Keta. I appreciate that. Shannon, I don't think it's a possible staged bike accident. I believe that it is a staged bike accident. And that's right. Nobody else has a motive other than the daughters. And that hasn't even been questioned. The only one that I see that has a motive to kill Suzanne is Barry. Nobody else benefited besides Barry and the girls from her death. Nobody. Yes, I just mentioned that changes, that this is the last witness. This witness, Agent Cahill, was called by the defense. The defense has already questioned him. The prosecutors are now cross-examining him. The defense will have the chance to redirect, and then that will be it. So I do believe, I hope to God that today the judge is going to make this decision, whether he's going to bound Barry over for trial. You're very welcome. And I'm going to give a shout out to all those who have donated through my PayPal. I will be getting your names up in a post. I will not be putting your last names, just your first names, as to not give away who you are. But your first names will be there, and I will be thanking you for your donations. I will do a post on that either later on today if this ends soon enough, or tomorrow, to thank you very much for your donations. I'm not monetized, so that's why there's no super chats or anything here. I took the monetization off my channel, so I want to thank, yes, all of you, the mods, all for being here. Hawkeye says, do you think the voter fraud aspect of this will affect the jury considering what the nation has gone through recently? I don't think it's going to have, I'm trying to, the right way to see this. Is it going to affect the jury? Absolutely. But I say that not because he signed that ballot or put in that ballot. It goes against his character. It goes against that he's willing to do anything to get what he wants. So as far as some things, you know, so I'm just going to leave that at that. It's going to affect them, but to what extent, we don't know. I think it's going to affect them more as to his character. You're very welcome, Soul Survivor. Thank you to everybody in the comments showing your appreciation. I appreciate it. Deborah Dickerson, well, welcome. She says, Willow, I'm new and really enjoyed your live and your mods. Well, thank you. I am positive that the mods appreciate that also. They've done an awesome job. Charmaine says, thank you again. You're very welcome. Yeah, I hope they leave the politics out of all this too. You're very welcome. Oh, just the facts. Yeah. I mean, to me, it doesn't matter if you shot them all at once or not. It's like, why are you shooting little? It wasn't squirrels, it was chipmunks. It's like, are you kidding me, buddy? Like a tiny little frail little thing like that, and you got to take its life. What did you do to Suzanne? Please tell us. If you can do that to a shit, like, can you just imagine that poor little chipmunk sitting there, you know, just shaking in its boots? Like, come on. Like, if he could do that to a tiny little chipmunk, what the hell did he do to Suzanne? Absolutely. Prayers for the Mormon and Owen families and friends of Suzanne and their families. Suzanne deserves justice. Well, justice. Oh, I just got full body shivers, you guys. Justice is coming. So with those full body shivers, that's my sign that what I'm thinking is right. Barry's going to be bound over for trial. He is not going to get bail. He best get comfortable with where he's at. Oh, come on, Willie. You know chipmunks don't wear boots. Well, I'm telling you, if they had boots, they would have been shaking in their boots, like looking down the barrel of a gun. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't hurt an animal if I tried. I have squirrels that come right in my house. They'll come over to my office area here if I don't leave nuts outside for them. They come right in from one end of my house to the other, and they sit here and they look at me as if to say, are you going to feed us, bitch? So, I mean, I just couldn't imagine harming an animal like that. So this should be starting anytime, you guys. Let me go and check the feeds that I got up and see what we got. So far, there's nothing on the feeds. So for those of you who have just joined back, there was a few things that came out that I didn't see when I ended the last broadcast. Agent Cahill was explaining that you can't just put any DNA into CODIS. The judges also reminded the defense to let the state get their entire question out before they start objecting. The defense is just object after object after object. And then the judge asked the defense how much time they are going to need. And the defense said that this was their last witness. So they only called this one witness. They have questioned their witness, which is Agent Cahill. Right now, the prosecution, we left off with the prosecution cross-examining the witness. And the defense will have a chance to redirect after that. And then that is going to be the end, you guys. Hopefully, once that ends, the judge will be addressing the evidence and giving his decision whether this is going to be bound over for trial. At that time, there'll be a hearing set for an arraignment, unless he arraigns him right then and there. And also, there will be a trial date set. The defense will probably also request a bail hearing, and which I do not think Barry will get. He's not going to get bail. They may get the hearing, but he's not going to get bail. So that's what is going to be happening. I haven't seen anybody post on that here regarding what's about to happen, but generally, I could be wrong, but this is generally what happens is once both sides are done, the judge looks over the evidence, usually gives an opinion or gives a ruling. If Barry is going to be bound over for trial, then he will either arraign him right then and there or set an arraignment date and a trial date. The defense will probably ask for a bail hearing date, and I think it's a waste of time asking for it because he ain't going to get bail, but they may ask for that. Sweet Sherry. I love that. My family hunts. We don't shoot Elvin, Simon, or Theodore. Those are the chipmunks, if you guys, that little cartoon, the chipmunks. Yeah, he started killing animals at age 7. So even a raccoon he hand raised. So, I mean, he's got no couth at all. Brown-eyed girl, they may have closing arguments, they may not. Yeah, I wonder what he's feeling and how he's feeling too. I do believe that that has already been decided. 90% of what they're not going to allow in has already probably been decided. And because we didn't get the updates from any motions or anything that was going on between him being arrested and now, everything was kept sealed. I wouldn't be privy to that information. But there may be a few things that were brought up. I think the glove box thing should be thrown out. It's not reliable evidence. It's not fact. There was no clear 100% accuracy in the findings for the DNA analysis. So I don't think it should be allowed in. But we'll see what the judge says, you guys. When I said that they're going to ask for a bail hearing, they're going to probably ask that if any charges that Barry's facing be scaled down, which would mean he would be entitled to a bail hearing. Like I said, we're not going to know until we hear it. So, and I've seen, I don't know about the United States, but I know in Canada, there are people that were facing murder charges and they were let out on bail pending their trial. Okay, so let me check over here, you guys, and see if they are back. It's past the 1:30 mark. Okay, so they're back, you guys. So again, I will not be able to keep an eye on chat. My mods are there to take care of everything. And I'm seeing Casey Anthony being one, so I don't know if she was let out on bail. They may put it down to murder. If they take it off first-degree murder, he may be eligible for bail. But I'm not going to get into that right now, you guys. I want to get back to bringing you what's coming out of the courtroom now. So they're back on the record. CBI agent Joseph Cahill is back on the stand for the Barry Morphew hearing. Okay, so he's being asked about allele, which is a variant form of a gene. The defense objects, saying he isn't a specialist in DNA or a forensic scientist. So here we go again with the defense objecting to everything that the prosecution is asking their witness. Don't forget that Agent Cahill is a witness for the defense. He was called by the defense. And it's been looking like every question that the prosecution is asking Agent Cahill, the defense is objecting to. Yes, this live will be up on my channel, Diane. If you go to my YouTube channel, up along the top, you will see a tab that says videos. Click on that, and every video I've ever uploaded is there, and this one will be there too. So from what I see here is the defense is just objecting to everything that the prosecution is trying to ask. So from another feed that I got, sorry about the coughing, you guys. Sorry about that. I went on a little bit of a coughing fit. My throat is so dry, you guys. It's been so yucky here lately. But anyway, another feed is saying that everybody is back in the courtroom and everybody was sitting in silence for about 3 minutes waiting for Judge Murphy to come into the courtroom. And so the judge must be having a word with the defense and prosecution because there was one question put out and right away the defense objected. Pop Rocks, you are a hoot. Sorry, you guys. I am going to be muting myself because you guys don't need to hear me hacking and coughing. And my throat was already dry. And over the lunch break, I ate some nachos that were pretty spicy. So that is not helping. I think I got some of the cayenne pepper still stuck in my throat. But well, Krista says, honestly, I'm not convinced of his guilt or innocent at this point. Bella, I do very much try and put myself on mute. I get it's unappetizing, and that's why I put myself on mute. If a cough or two comes out, I'm very sorry, but I'm going through 5 or 6 different feeds here, and I've got 3 screens up, StreamYard being on its own screen, and sometimes I just can't hit the mute button fast enough before that cough comes out. So I'm very sorry if that bothers you. Thank you, Courtney. I appreciate that. Like I said, I've got 5 or 6 different feeds going. I've got 3 monitors going, and sometimes I can't get my mouse back to monitor number 1 to mute before it comes out. I really do try my best. So thank you, Courtney. Again, thank you, Hawkeye. I appreciate it. There's nothing out yet, you guys. Debbie says, I think the broken door and proof of him going up towards where they found the bike helmet kind of crinched it. Don't forget, his phone also pinged where they found her bike. There was all those garbage dump runs. There was so much, you guys. The messages that Suzanne wanted a divorce. You know, there's been so much. Yes, allergies do really suck. Thank you, you guys, for all understanding. I really am trying. Okay, let me get back over here and see if anything new has come out. Okay, so the state is now asking about Agent Cahill oh my God, here we go with this word again. Familiarity with CODIS hits. Cahill says a match means a lead for investigators to attempt to take a standard, another sample of DNA from the subject, for an example, to get it analyzed from the original DNA sample from the crime scene. Yeah, Cat H, they're saying it matched 3 or 4 different people at this point. I'm not so sure about that. Margaret says, where did they find the helmet? If I remember, it was in a dumpster. No, the helmet was not found in a dumpster. The helmet was found if you're leaving Barry Morphew's property, you would turn left on Highway 50, and it was found quite a ways down there. Is where it was found. They didn't retrieve that I know of, and well, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that they didn't get anything from them dumpsters, because they might have, and they're just not bringing that out yet. If they did find anything in the dumpsters or garbage, or were able to go to the landfill site, for example, I know they keep track of where garbage is dumped in landfills. If they were able to get into the landfills and maybe find something of Suzanne's in there, which would be in an area where the McDonald's stuff, say, was dumped, or the stuff from the hotel where the garbage dumps their trash. If something of Suzanne's was found there, it'll be more circumstantial evidence, right? if anything was found, we won't find that out until trial, you guys. The helmet was not found in a dumpster. I don't know where you guys are getting this information, but the helmet was not found in a dumpster. It was found about 50 feet off of Highway 50, thrown into the bush. Just left of the Morphew home, down Highway 50. Okay, so Agent Cahill is being asked about what a keyboard search is. Scientists are comparing the two samples to decide if it's worth law enforcement time to investigate. Okay, so CODIS match hit. What does that mean? Agent Cahill says one sample was compared to another, and there was possible pieces that may be related, not are related, that may be related. The state asks, if there is a CODIS match, they cannot be arrested on just this, right? The defense objecting again. Please be with me, guys. I'm just bouncing between all these feeds to see who's got what coming out. Okay, give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm going to grab some milk and see if that will help coat my throat. I'll be right back. Much better. Pop Rock says, is it wrong that I have the Chipmunks Christmas song playing in my head? Oh, the milk seems to be helping. I think the water was just drying out my throat even more, guys. Patricia, the milk seems to be helping. It's kind of like coating my throat. I just seen this. Seriously, Bella, that was mean. If mods, if this Bella is upsetting the rest of the subscribers that much and is still going, please just block. Just block Bella. Sorry, Bella, but I'm not going to have you upsetting all my subscribers. Charmaine, it's not a cough that I got. It's my throat is just so dry and irritated. So let me run through here. And it seems to be helping right now because my throat doesn't feel as itchy. So there's nothing since Cahill being asked about the keyboard search. Let's see over here. Okay, so they're still discussing DNA profiles from Suzanne Morphew's car. Okay, so CBI agent Cahill said in one of these cases, the 3 sexual assault leads from other states obtained from the DNA swab on Suzanne Morphew's glove box did not arise for probable cause. It's not this Bella Rose. Okay, so apparently there was another Bella in the room that was being rude, but it's not this Bella Rose. I just happened to take a look over at chat and seen that. Yeah, that's a little bit of a boom, eh? Be kind. So the 3 SA assaults leads from other states obtained from the DNA swab on Suzanne Morphew's glove box did not arise for probable cause. So yeah, that is a big boom. Yes. Thank you so much, Karen Hall. Yeah, I've been talking nonstop. Well, if you think about it, I started yesterday morning at 10 a.m. till 7 p.m. And then I've been at it since 10 a.m. this morning. So I've been at it for another 7 hours today, 6 hours. It is a lot of talking. Yeah, the DNA, Kim, could be from anything. Like I stated in the morning session today, Suzanne could have went to a restaurant in Salida and at night, or whatever. And it could be from somebody. Maybe she left her car unlocked. Maybe somebody was going around stealing stuff, what they could get out of cars. It could have been somebody like that, like they can't prove anything by it, or when it was put there. It was also a used vehicle that they bought. So it could have been previous owner. They can't prove when those prints were put there. So I don't see how it's going to fit into this showing proof of anything. But with Agent Cahill saying that nothing arose from those DNA swabs for probable cause, that says it all right there. Does fingerprints count as DNA? They are a form of DNA, yes. Not biological DNA, but nobody in this world has the same fingerprint, and it's the same as DNA, right? Nobody has the exact same DNA match as you. Could have been mechanics prints, you're right. Could have been anybody. Are people still going on about my cough? I haven't even coughed lately. My gosh. Thank you, Hobby Cat. And you are very welcome. Yeah, like you can get DNA is usually from touch. DNA comes in many, many, many forms. You can touch something and leave your DNA. You can cough and leave your DNA. You can go to the bathroom on something and leave your DNA. You can leave blood DNA. You can have saliva DNA. You can have it from sneezing. DNA comes from so many forms, and those are just some that I mentioned, you guys. DNA is basically known from blood, but there's many forms, different forms. Which means that, so I just seen a question here. Yes, hair has DNA too. The very root where it comes out of your scalp will have your DNA. Shredding skin, yes, is a form of DNA, but it's very hard. It's a lot harder to get testable DNA from shred skin, and I'm not saying it can't be done, but it's because usually when you shed skin, it's dry, dead skin, so it's harder to get DNA from that. But let me go and check these feeds, you guys, and see what else is coming out. Okay, so Iris Eaton is now at the podium for redirect. According to the forensic scientist report, there was an unknown male DNA on the seat of Suzanne Morphew's bike. Eaton asked if Agent Cahill or LE knew if there were individuals that had matches to the DNA, if he would have had a swab sample done, and he said yes. So the defense is now doing redirect. So this should be the end of it. As soon as the defense is done, this redirect, that should be the end of it, you guys. So let's see what happens from then on. There may be some closing submissions, or there may not be. The judge may be just saying, look, I've got the evidence in front of me and I'm going to make a decision. We don't know. It's all you never know what we're going to get from this judge. So what is usually the norm in most cases has not been anything near normal in this case. So okay, that's it. Eaton is done with her questioning. The state had asked Agent Cahill questions about how he interprets the DNA testing reports. Eaton objected about 10 times to 10 different things beyond the scope. Witness is not an expert. Leading. Barry is sitting back in his chair, his legs in his chair, and crosses leg over leg. I guess the judge reprimanded Eaton with all the objections, and the judge said, and then she said, "Thank you, Judge. I know what I'm doing." Wow. Eaton is now done with the witness. So that should be the end of witnesses and everything, you guys. So let's see what's going to happen now. Oh, great. Judge Patrick Murphy said he isn't going to make a decision today. He took 25 pages of notes, and there were over 20 hours of testimony. It looks like he is going to talk with attorneys about when the next hearing will be set. So we are not going to get an answer today. He's not going to make a decision today. Yes, Ali, I agree. Crap. So let's get the date for this next date that is going to be set. And that's when we're going to have an answer, I guess. Yeah, that sucks. Like, you've got 3 hours left of the day where he could go over, you know, he's sat here and he's heard the evidence. There's no reason why he couldn't make a judgment, you know, even take half an hour, 45 minutes to go over his notes that he's taken and whatever. Like, he sat here and listened like you and I did. I think I don't believe for 1 minute that he hasn't got an opinion already. Why he's making everybody wait, I don't know, but he's going to make everybody wait with still 3 hours left in the day. So he's going to keep the attorneys in the courtroom. Everybody else is going to be asked, I guess, to leave. And they're going to schedule a time for a hearing for the decision. Like, this is just weird, you guys. It's just odd, 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 odd. The 7 days from the date of the end of the hearing. So all the evidence has been presented. That's going to be presented at the preliminary. So that 7 days starts from today. Barry doesn't have the money or connections to buy a judge off, does he? We don't know that, eh? We don't know where all that money went from the sale of the Puma Path home. What, 7-point-something million there? Or 7 million. Willow, what are you thinking? 1.7 million or 1.6 million he got for the sale of the Puma Path house. They got, I think it was just over 500,000 for the sale of the house in Indiana. And then he did sell other properties. There was money from the nonprofit. So there's a lot of money, plus the money he made from his business. I don't know if there was a life insurance policy on Suzanne. Did he get that and squirrel that away? Okay, so the defense attorneys have said they don't think that the state have met the burden of proof. She is asking for Morphew to not sit in jail. Judge said he will not make that decision today. Court is in recess until 2:30 p.m. So I told you guys that they were going to ask for him to be let out on bail. The judge, court is in recess until 2:30. So we got 25-minute wait. They're in recess until 2:30. So they're coming back at 2:30 with what? I don't know. Because I just find this odd with the timing of this, with, the judge saying that he's not going to make a decision today, blah, 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 blah. They're going to schedule a hearing date. And then attorney Drew Nelson says she doesn't think the state has met their burden of proof. And she is asking for Morphew to not sit in jail. So the judge says, well, I don't know. I can't make that decision today. So we'll just recess until 2:30. So is he going to try and, I don't know. Oh, frig. Is he going to decide in the next 25 minutes if he's going to give Barry bail or not? They wouldn't be asking for bail if he wasn't entitled to it. So, or didn't think that there's a reason why they could get him out. They wouldn't have asked for that. And like I said, I seen that coming, you guys. So there's got, and don't forget, we're not getting every single thing that has been said in that courthouse. We're only getting the stuff that is being sent out. Okay, so Drew Nelson asked the judge to make a decision today because they do not believe prosecutors have laid a solid case. They asked for a decision so Barry Morphew does not have to sit in jail. Judge says he understands, but he needs a little time. And now they've called it back to 2:30. So is the judge going to give the defense what they want again? Is he going to make a snap decision now that he normally wouldn't make? He just said that he wouldn't make that decision today. But then Drew Nielsen asked the judge, please make that decision today because they do not believe prosecutors have laid a solid case, and they asked for a decision so Barry Morphew does not have to sit in jail. So, and then the judge said that he is recessing until 2:30. So that's 25 minutes from now. Okay, so my sister just sent me a message saying there's a lot of you in. There's Real Gone Gonzo. Where'd he go? There he is. All respect and love, Willow. The same right back to you, Real Gone Gonzo. Gonzo is the one that is boots on the ground. Him and AK have a good partnership going there, and they work a lot together. If you haven't subscribed to Real Gone Gonzo, go and see some of the crazy stuff he does over there too. He's I wish I had half the I don't even know how to say that. Some of the things I see this guy do, it's like, oh my God, I would die. Go and check him out. He's really good. A lot of respect and love right back to you, Real Gone Gonzo. Oh, Barry definitely has money hidden. My sister just said that there's a lot in the chat saying that this judge is hunting buddies with Barry. If that's the case, that is a reason right there for him to be removed from this. And he should not even be hearing. He should not be sitting on this case at all if he's a hunting buddy of Barry's. I don't know that as fact, but let's wait and see what happens. The judge is coming back in 20 minutes. Let's see what happens there. Let's see if the defense has got their wish with getting the judge to make a decision today. I'm checking all my other feeds, you guys. I can't see chat right now. I just want to see if anybody else is putting anything else out about it. All I'm getting so far is that the defense is pushing for a decision today, And then the judge said that they will recess until 2:30 p.m. So he may be coming back with a decision. It's kind of like a double-edged sword for me. I wanted him to make a decision, but I wanted that to be by his choice, not forced by the defense. So it looks like the defense is getting their way again. Judge Murphy says, I understand, but I would rather make the decision correctly. I'm going to have to put quite a bit of effort laying out the evidence so I can explain my decision. I'm not able to do that today. I am not a robot. Let's work on making a date for the next hearing. But the judge says that he's coming back at 2:30. The family, media, and public left the courtroom for Judge Murphy. The state and the defense are to schedule a date for the next hearing. So the media and everybody has left the courtroom. And I guess what's going to happen at 2:30 is the judge is going to give out the dates. So Real Gone Gonzo is saying we will have a decision this afternoon. Stay positive, y'all, here in Salida. So are you in Salida right now, Gonzo? Becky Rogers says, I'm disappointed in the lack of evidence. I think that there was tons of circumstantial. And don't forget, this is just a preliminary hearing. They're not going to show everything that they've got. They're only giving you tidbits. I do believe he's going to trial. If he doesn't go to trial, there's going to be an outrage. I do believe that I don't know. I want to answer this. I've never seen the probable cause affidavit be held like this. Even in the Lori Vallow Chad Daybell case, the Letitia Stout case, which is also in Colorado, Lori and Chad are in Idaho, the probable cause affidavits were released, even with minor children involved. Don't forget, Letitia Stout has her daughter Harley. There was also Gannon Stouch's little sister. So these arrest affidavits is generally released. The public has a right to know. It's your amendment right to have fair, open, and transparency in the judicial system. Some of the things this judge has done, I'm just totally flabbergasted by. So should the arrest affidavit now be released? Absolutely, it should be released, because everything that they used to fight to have it sealed has now blown up in their face, because everything that they use, well, we don't want the daughters being hurt by what's in the affidavit. Well, the daughters sat through this 4 days of preliminary hearing. They've heard what's in that affidavit, and I guarantee you they've read it, and chose to still be there. So that's blown out of the water. Protecting certain witnesses, which one I believe was Jeff, the affair guy that was brought up regarding Suzanne. I think they wanted to give him maybe some time to let his family know what was going to be coming out. That's been blown out of the water now. So anything like anything with, well, we got to keep it sealed because we want a fair trial. Well, it's all been released in the media anyway from the preliminary. So the preliminary was not done in secret. So there is no reason right now why this judge should not immediately release that affidavit. They've had all of May, June, July, August till now to redact what is not going to be allowed in at the trial, or things that need to be redacted, like people's addresses and stuff like that. There is no reason I can see that that should not be released immediately. Let's see what the judge says. I don't know if the judge is even going to comment on that today. No, I'm not trusting this process very much either, Becky, because too much has been kept out of the public eye. It almost looks like Barry has been given extra special treatment where other defendants have not. I just don't get it. The judge is going to base his decision on what was said at the preliminary hearing. Yes, they are trying to confuse and rush the judge. I don't know if the judge is going to change his mind, TikTok, and give his decision. I don't know. Nikki, I am right there with you. Yeah. He's liquidated everything and has a U-Haul in front of his house. Hello, he doesn't even have a house right now. I do believe that he has one in Poncha Springs. Unless that house is being emptied. I don't know. Chantal Labonte, you'll have to go back and watch the replay. A lot has been going on. We are just waiting for the judge to come back at 2:30 in another 10 minutes, 10, 12 minutes. Well, money does talk. And don't forget, the Barry is also charged with trying to bribe an official. Makes me wonder because they've kept so much secret. And this has been the furthest thing since furthest thing from being open and transparent. They've just had too much hidden. So, like I said, he is charged with trying to bribe an official. Makes you wonder if one did take a bribe. Okay, so Levon Cornell Collins says, please look on Google for the article I posted above. Articles don't post above, Levon. They're blocked on YouTube. You can't post links or anything like that in the live chats. The only ones that can do that are the mods. So if you want to email it to me, I can put it up on chat. I'm the only one that can do it. Email me at aboveandbeyoundancestor@outlook.com. If you email it to me right now, I will check it out and post it so everybody can see it. Truth Seeker says, I think the prosecution... Oh, I just lost that. Says, I think the prosecution has an excellent circumstantial case. So do I. I think the same thing. No. That would be double jeopardy. But I'm sure that they can figure out other ways to get Barry Morphew. I'm just going to leave that right there. Anybody that's been following along will know exactly what this means and why that comment was just made. Yes, if it can be proved that he's a hunting buddy with Barry, he should have taken himself off this case or never allowed himself to be on this case, if that is true. So I'm just going to put some comments up here, you guys, and try and save my throat for a bit. Andy Crayons, yes, I know that it's a completely different hearing and trial for trying to bribe an official, but it very much has to do with this trial, because if he was trying to bribe officials, he was trying to do that regarding this case. So is there somebody that he did end up bribing that is maybe got a hand in his special treatment? So it very much still has to do with this case, even though it is a separate charge. The judge could set bail at 5 to 10 million, but all he has to come up with is 10%, right? For a bondsman. So 10% of 5 million, it's 500,000. He's got it. It's Suzanne's, but he's got it. If he takes off to Mexico, Dog, the bounty hunter, will get him. I love Dog. It was so sad when Beth died. So sad. Yeah, I haven't heard for sure either that this is even true. But if it is, then there's some problems. Yeah, Des, what you just sent me, that's already been debunked. So I don't know why that's even posted, but I'm letting you know that that's already been debunked, that no. It came back that actually it was not a match. So I don't know why. That's it. That's just whoever posted that, what you just sent me, does, they're being idiots. Yes, they can. The family of Suzanne can still go after Barry for a wrongful death civil suit. We are anxiously awaiting. We've got 5 more minutes, you guys, till the judge comes back. Yeah, That's why I'm kind of iffy on it, Charmaine, too, because the DA would have known something about it, or somebody would have outed him. Bondsmen are in it to make money, right? I respectfully disagree. What's a bondsman? Bondsman is somebody that posts your bail for you if you don't have the money for the bond. They post the bail and they charge you 10% of whatever your bond is. Okay, I'm going to go back through these, you guys, and watch for any updates. Because they should be back any minute. Nothing yet, you guys. Checking them all here. Sorry, you guys. I just got an update here that Barry Morphew's head is on the table while his mom is in the courtroom crying. His attorneys whispered something in his ears and said something to his family. The daughters aren't in the courtroom. So Barry Morphew's head on the table and his mom, while his mom is in the courtroom crying. I'm leaning towards the judge. If they wanted to force the judge, does this mean that the judge came back and said, you're going to trial? I don't know. Let's pay attention to the updates. I'm bouncing around 5 different ones here. You guys, I know things are starting to come out. Just give me some time. Okay, so some other ones that have come out says Nielsen, we're back in the courtroom. Defense has packed up all their documents in large rolling filing cases. It's just Iris Eaton and Barry Morphew on the defense side still there. Nielsen and the rest of the defense team has rejoined the table now. Barry is sitting slouched over the table. Almost looks like his head is on the table resting, and his mother is crying. So let's see what's happening here. Oh my gosh, man, I would love. Okay, you guys, you know, you can stop posting about what you're getting from other. Oh my gosh. Because I've got people posting now that the next date is September 17th. I got people posting it's September 27th. Like I said, please just get rid of all that, mods, please, so I can give the people here in chat the right time and everything else instead of everybody here throwing out different dates, what they're hearing. So people have the right date so they know the right date. Okay, so People versus Morphew finding an order on September 17th at 1:30 p.m. That's Colorado time. So that would be 3:30 Eastern. At an in-person hearing where attorneys may make an argument and the court will rule, the release of the affidavit will be discussed at this hearing. So it looks like there's a hearing set for September 17th. So they are still keeping the arrest affidavit sealed until September 17th. Like this, they're going to make a decision on it on September 17th. This is ridiculous. So it looks like they're not even going to make a ruling until September 17th, and it's going to be discussed on September 17th about this the release of the arrest affidavit, where the judge had said that that decision would be made within 7 days of this preliminary hearing being done. And now he's going back on that and saying that now everybody has to wait until September 17th. There's going to be an in-person hearing. Attorneys will make their arguments and the judge will make a ruling. Same COVID courtroom rules. Parties have until September 3rd to file any briefs, and they will discuss releasing the arrest affidavit. So I'm going to be going back through this chat, and people who decided at the very end to get their couple seconds of fame there by throwing out stuff before I could even, bring it up, since I did spend 4 days here. But some people decided that they needed to have their couple minutes of fame and throw out the date before I could release it. Thanks for that. But those people will be blocked. They won't be doing that again. We asked very nicely that people didn't do that, and they waited till the very end to, do something like that. I think it's pretty rude and disrespectful. But to everybody else, I want to thank you very much for spending the 4 days that you did with us as we watched this preliminary hearing. Some things were very hard to hear, and including myself, very upset at a lot of things, especially when they tried to victim shame Suzanne. I just don't get it. This judge, the way he has dealt with certain things in this case, and now he's going back on what he had said, that the affidavit was only going to be sealed until the preliminary hearing was done. Well, the preliminary hearing's done. He's still not going to release it. So you guys are all very, very welcome. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to my mods for doing an amazing job. I can't thank you enough. And I guess regarding the Barry Morphew thing, unless something else comes up, he's going to be still held. I think he was very upset, and so was his mother, that he is still being held in there until, we know right now, until at least September 17th. The judge at that time is going to give his ruling and also going to discuss whether he's going to release this arrest affidavit. So until then, you guys, thank you again for joining me. Thank you to those who did their donations through my PayPal. I haven't seen them yet. I will be going through that, and I will be thanking you in a post, just for you guys, either later today or tomorrow. That post will be up. So I want to thank you all again. I want to thank the mods. No, nothing has been discussed about bail or anything, and I don't think that that is going to be brought up until the judge makes his ruling. So we'll have to wait and see. This judge is upsetting a lot of us. I get it. But what can we do, right? I guess we wait until September 17th and see what happens there. I know a lot of people are going to be upset, including the media. Each and every American that wants to know about this arrest affidavit and who has a right to know about it is being held again from seeing it. And I just think that's a very big injustice. I don't know why Barry is getting this treatment, but he is. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys go, get back with what you guys can do for the rest of what's remaining of your day. Get to bed for the ones that are way past their bedtimes already. And again, I respect and thank each and every one of you for being here and choosing my channel to watch this. Much respect right back to you. Me too, Diane. Me too. So until next time, you guys, Please take care of yourselves. Please stay safe. And I will see you guys all back here September 17th, 1:30 p.m. Colorado time, which is 3:30 Eastern. I will see you all then. Bye-bye for now.